in the game just to get my fatty. And these lazy ain't got competition. It's me versus me, love key top.
So Kanye West and Meek Mill both went on a rant today. I'm gonna let y'all know what both of them said, but we're gonna start out with Kanye West. So with Kanye West, listen, man, everybody knows that Kanye West is completely banned, and not only just banned, we know that Kanye West is blackballed. You know what I'm talking about, because of the stuff that he said against the Jewish community, who just so happens to pretty much own the music industry, because they are a lot of the label owners, the lawyers, just everybody, right? So with all those comments that he actually made, dropped from all the labels, kicked out of a bank, took $1 billion in like one day, just a whole lot of other stuff. Y'all saw the stuff that went on, right? Well, it looks like Kanye West as an independent artist. Yes, he's an independent artist. He actually went #1 as an independent artist, which got a lot of people like, whoa, he actually did it. Like, you know, against all the odds. Kanye West has actually effectively used the Jewish community and people saying that he's been anti-Semitic to his benefit. And it's pretty much been like a lot of promo towards him, right? And at the same time, with him still doing what he's doing, and a lot of people keep throwing that anti-Semitic word, well, a few people now, because somehow, some way, Kanye West has weakened the stigma around the phrase anti-Semitic. You couple that with what's going on in with Gaza, Palestine, and Israel as well, and it's like a perfect storm for Kanye West, where it just happened to all work out. He went #1, but you know, if he goes #1, he gonna come out and talk his talk. He went off on Adidas, he went off on Drake, he went off on pretty much anybody that he had to say something against. He went off on all of them, right? So I'm gonna read you what he said. He says, "Rich, Todd, Cardi, and the supporters that stood by us through everything. This #1 is for you. It's for the people who won't be manipulated by the system, and F Adidas and everybody who works there or with them. Anyone who goes to school with anyone who parents works at Adidas, just know they tried to destroy me, and here we are with the #1 song in the world. Like the fake dude I saw in the lobby at the Ritz that works at Go. You see, don't stand for and everybody at the Daily Mail, and F everybody at the fashion houses that sided with Gabby and Hailey Bieber. F each and every single one of y'all, and F Christian that watched me have my kids taken out of my control. That's how I feel. And it's F Drake for taking Dirk right at the beginning of Vulture's rollout. I'll call back to y'all if I think more F you." So a lot of SU. Obviously, Adidas got an FU because they're pretty much ripping off his designs, still releasing his Yeezy shoes, suing him for $250 million, not giving him any sort of money for the designs that they're ripping out from him. He also said F Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber. I don't know what they done did, but obviously they done made him mad. And then, of course, you may remember whenever the rollout for Vultures was actually happening, he actually, you know, Lil Durk had took away his Instagram, and Kanye West was like, "Hey Durk, we need, you know, you need to activate your Instagram because we about to drop this song," in which he had that song that was like, "I'm anti-Semitic. I just y'all know what I'm talking about." And I guess Drake must have pulled him away, so it's F Drake again. It's always F Drake with Kanye West, though, right? I mean, it's F Drake with Kanye West, and it's F Kanye West with Drake. No matter how they either one of them try to play like they're super cool with each other at times or not. It's a competitive sport, you know what I'm talking about. But I will say what Kanye West has done as far as going independent and then going #1. For one, a lot of artists are scared to even go independent. It's like a lot of them want to go independent because they're inside of these slave deal contracts where they literally don't have much control. They get a whole lot of the majority of the money taken from them, and they're just enslaved. But they do get the flex on the regular people who don't understand that they're actually secretly enslaved. But at the same time, it's not a lot of artists that'll be able to do what Kanye West has done, say what Kanye West has said, and still be able to thrive and survive and even go #1. I mean, obviously, if somebody like Drake was to go independent, he would change the whole game. Well, I won't say change the whole game, because there will still be people that will sign, just like with Kanye West, and he'd still probably go #1. Well, no, probably Drake would still go #1 as well, but he's never done it before. You know, and no other artist that I can see that will be able to do it other than like maybe like a Drake or a Kanye West, maybe more, but just for right now, those are the only two I can see doing it. But anyways, Kanye West is gonna be Kanye West. Anything he wants to get off his chest, he gonna get it off his chest, and it is what it is. I'm talking about it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. And if anybody got a problem with it, of course, you can definitely go see Kanye West about it, because does seem like he's standing on 10 about what he got to say. But anyways, we definitely got to get into the Meek Mill situation. Now, I done told y'all, Meek Mill is one of those rappers that it just seems like Meek Mill is one of those rappers that, you know, he doesn't quite understand like business. Or, I mean, even though he has money, you have to think about this, right? When you become a rapper and you make a whole lot of money real quick, a lot of rappers do end up broke when it's all said and done. Maybe not when they're freshly kicked off or out of their contract, but when it's all said and done, because a lot of them don't have good money management. So just because you have a lot of money, y'all got to understand that doesn't mean that you're smart. That doesn't mean that you have the skills that's required to actually keep the money, right? So with that being said, Meek Mill does come off to the entire internet as like, I don't want to be rude when I say it, but a lot of people say he comes off as a little cuckoo, like a little, like he's not fully there. And I understand why they say that, because he put himself in these positions by saying particular stuff that he be saying, right? He'll come to the internet and ask the people of the internet financial questions when we see that he hangs out with billionaires, and he brags that he hangs out with billionaires. And that just makes us think, okay, you're hanging with billionaires, but you're asking normal people like us questions about money. They're not giving you no type of information like that. They're not your real friends. Obviously, something wild must be going on for them not to be helping you out financially. And I don't mean giving you money, I mean giving you knowledge and information, and it's not reflecting back. See, with Jay-Z, the people, you know, when we think of Jay-Z and see Jay-Z, we think of like smartness and knowledge reflecting and good at business. But unfortunately, whenever Meek Mill says anything at all, the whole comment section is completely roasting Meek Mill. The people don't really see Meek Mill as like a leader. They don't see Meek Mill as somebody that's intelligent. But he does make great for content and for like just being entertaining, because it's like he's always lost. At least on the internet, that's what it seems like, right? I'm going to read y'all what Meek Mill has now said, and I guess this could be in response to anybody saying that he probably seems a little crazy, but he took to Instagram. Remember, Meek Mill's not on the label anymore. They dropped him from his label. This is what Meek Mill said. To all American banking, I have a history on paper of accumulating over $100 million in profit with music I made with my IP. I signed a bad contract when I was 18. It lasted till I was 32 years old. So let's break everything he says down. He signed a bad contract at 18 years old, and he said it lasted till he was 32. So 32 is when they dropped him, right? But here's the thing about it. How in the blue hell are you staying inside? And this for all these rappers be inside of terrible, bad contracts, and they all know it, right? And y'all probably don't know it, or maybe y'all do now, y'all know it, but in actuality, all these dudes is in terrible contracts, right? They're all enslaved contract. They're contractual slaves. But he was think about this, 18 to 28, that's already 10 years. So 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, that's 14 years inside of a bad contract. How in the blue hell are you sitting aside for 14 years inside of a bad contract, knowing the fact that you also hang out with billionaires? It just don't make no type of sense at all. And this is why people be looking at him like they do look at him, right? That's why whenever he comes out and says something like that tries to be leadership-ish, people just kind of just like, they just laugh, right? And this is the reason why, because of stuff like this. Even people that want to defend him, it becomes hard to defend him because he just says some of the most outlandish stuff, right? But at least he's standing on his truth, though, at least, and that's one thing, right? He said, Ross did some good business with me, but I want my money from banks. So that's him ways saying like, hey man, Rick Ross gave me some money, but I want to do some money where I'm getting it from the bank. He said, I was just hungry. I don't think it was Ross' fault either that he signed a bad deal he's talking about. I don't think none of us understood the business like we do now. I'm not going to cap. Maybe at the beginning, Rick Ross didn't understand it, but maybe by the time he signed Meek Mill, he understood it, because he was like, dang, they done got me. So let me get somebody else. Meek, sign this contract. And I still remember the day and the video of Meek Mill sitting at that table signing that contract, right? Just to think about it, that contract that he was signing now, like 14 years later, he's admitting like, dang, that was a bad contract that I actually signed. right? So in the music industry, it kind of seems like everybody gets everybody. So it's like an artist will sign and they get screwed over by the label. So then they sign other artists and they know that they signed in a messed up kind of deal by the time they're signing them. And they want to sign them because they've already put themselves inside of a bad deal. So it's like kind of a continuous cycle of that, right? That's what it seems like to the eyes of the people that's just watching upon it. And it says, I don't think it was Ross' fault either. I don't think none of us understood the business like we do now. From 2011, he was my power marketer. I asked him to get me on TV because I knew what I could do. He invested in my early salute. I rap too easy. I couldn't drop albums except every 9 months, signed to a major label. They was buying my time more than my music. That's why you see content creators making more than rappers, because they have no limit. Okay, he definitely has a point there. Whenever you're a rapper and then you actually, and whenever you're a rapper and you're a signed rapper, bro, it's so much red tape that you got to go through in order to be able to release some music. You got to get this clear. You got to get that clear. You got to get approval from this person, approval from that person. It ain't just like when you're not signed and you're free and you can just drop a project, you can just drop a song. You got to go through a whole lot of clearances, right? And then whenever the label feels like, we tired of investing in this fella. He ain't making us no return or a quick enough return. You know what I mean? He's in the red. We'll shelf him. And then they can shelf you and you can't drop nothing at all. So, it's always some BS that goes on with that. But it's like Meek Mill, now that he's not with his label, he's trying to go back and try to fix maybe a whole lot of stuff that was done wrong. But the wild part about it is, as far as having that huge spark that he had, like whenever Dreams and Nightmares dropped, you got to understand, these people put a lot of marketing dollars behind these rappers that make the rappers look bigger than life. I keep trying to tell y'all, a lot of the rappers ain't really that big. Celebrities are literally created, right? Just like on my Instagram, whenever I'm marketing an artist, I know when to post them. I mean, I kind of went to school a little bit for marketing and branding though, so I kind of, I know a little behind the scenes stuff, but like I'm posting them at specific times. I'm making these artists look bigger than life, even though they're just might be small underground artists. I'm still posting them at particular times and making them just look bigger than life. And that's what they do to a whole lot of the celebrity artists, right? And then also whenever they a lot of the streams are fake, a lot of all the stuff. So whenever you're no longer signed, you're gonna see less albums being sold. Like for instance, you saw Meek Mill sell 6,000 albums, and you're like, well, how did Meek Mill sell only 6,000 albums? He doesn't have the fluff that the labels do. And when I say the fluff, a lot of the streams and a lot of the sales be fake from streaming forums. Everybody knows that. And then of course he don't have that powerful marketing behind them. It's just no way that the rappers can actually beat the system. And here's why: the rappers, especially the black rappers, the black period in the music industry period, don't own nothing at all. The people that own the stuff are often white, Jewish, European, and they're pretty much the power players. They're the big guys that actually own a lot of the stuff. So when you make these guys mad, and especially if you don't have the knowledge on how to do what they're doing, because you can do what they're doing, all you got to do is independently like hire particular people, which I'm sure that's what they do, outsource the work. But these are the guys, they work as a collective to do it. The rappers ain't coming together as no collective to do it. Half the rappers is off the lean and have no clue what's going on. Talking about it, just looking for the next show that they can do to make the next money, because most of them ain't getting no streaming money. I'm talking about some of them may do, but most of them, the majority of them ain't getting no streaming money. The majority of them ain't really rich like y'all think they are. The streamers, like I say, streamers actually make more money than the rappers. It just don't look that way, because it's wild, because they make the rappers like buy these big old chains and like flex all this diamonds and watching money, when in actuality they be in debt sometimes. They don't really be owning a lot of that stuff sometimes. You know what I'm talking about? It be loaned to them. So, and that's got to be very depressing on the rapper's end to have to go through that, right? But anyway, so y'all heard what Kanye West had to say, and now y'all heard what Meek Mill had to say. It's coming to the internet, and Meek Mill has said, hey, for any American banking people, I want to do business with y'all. That ain't how it goes. You don't see a Elon Musk or a whatever big powerful business person getting online and saying, hey, these people, reach out to me, I want to work with y'all. They just have a network of people that'll lead them to other people. And the bottom line is Meek Mill hangs out with billionaires. If you can't ask your billionaires the questions that you're asking the fans online, if you can't ask your billionaire friends that, and they don't give you that, lead you in the right direction to talk to those people or teach you how to do it, then those ain't your real friends. And that's what the internet is pretty much believing now, that the people that you think is your friends ain't really your friends at all. But anyways, who are we to judge? We're just giving our opinion, so we'll just see how it goes. Let me know something. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out.